My name is Natalie. I'm a media design student from Germany and I'm spending one semester here in South Korea. And truthfully speaking, this is not my first semester. I've already spent 2 semesters here in 2017 and 2018, but I decided to make this video. I thought it would be interesting, and also I found the idea of the global ENS short video contest very interesting. I liked the questions that they want to hear in their videos, and I decided to take part in it, so I'm very excited. So let's go to the topics. So the reason I came back to Korea is, first of all, that I really wanted to improve my Korean. I've been self-studying for quite a while now. Last time when I came here, I took some courses at the university I was at, and also before I came here the first time, I learned Hangul, which I really recommend anyone to do who comes here, so they're at least able to read the signs and have some basics down. But yeah, I wanted to improve my Korean because back in Germany where I live, I don't really have the chance to use Korean a lot. So for Korean speaking, I really wanted to do that here and try to improve here, and also hearing the people speak already helps a lot in improving my language too. And the second reason is also that the last time I was here, I heard a lot about Hongik University, how art specific they are, and since I'm a media design student and also I focus on illustration and animation, I really wanted to visit this university to improve my own skills. And so far, I'm not upset about it. I'm really happy. I met a lot of cool people and also a lot of great teachers, and I think I learned a lot. So yes, I'm very happy about this decision. But to come back to the language point again, obviously there's always a lot of difficulties for everyone coming to a foreign country, and the main point will always be the language. Korean is very different from European languages, which is why it's very hard for me, for example, to learn it. It's hard at first to kind of get a grasp of how to use it. And also, since I also have a lot of English-speaking friends, I always noticed that the formalities are very difficult to learn. For example, in Germany we do have formal speech and informal speech, but we use it in a very different way than Korea, so these things are very hard to adjust. But even though this is a difficulty, since everyone here speaks Korean, you just pick it up naturally. You pick up new vocabulary all the time, and you're confronted with the language all the time. So even though I didn't have much time to specifically sit in front of a textbook and learn it, it still helped to be here and to get the impressions, to hear the people speak. And yes, I definitely improved a lot in understanding in the time that I was here. And regarding a culture shock, I personally didn't really experience one. I also didn't experience a really heavy culture shock the last time that I was here. The most fear I personally had the first time when I came here was being alone in a foreign country, because all my friends, my family, everyone is back in Germany, and I felt like I would be lost and nobody could help me. But actually in the end it wasn't like that. I was just scared, and I think that's the same experience for everyone, no matter what country you go to. And yes, I think it's important that before you come to a country you look up a lot of the cultural differences, which is what I did, which is also, I think, one of the reasons why I didn't really experience a culture shock. I looked up a lot of things that other people already experienced, so I was already kind of prepared to be confronted with these things, so I wasn't too uncomfortable or shocked about certain things. So coming to speak about university life here in Korea, I cannot sugarcoat it. I cannot do that, I'm sorry, but it's very strict here. It's very hard, but it's manageable because For me, the difficulty is to adjust to the system, especially since now I only spent here 1 semester. I know that the second semester, the last time when I was here, was already better than the first one because I adjusted better. But the system is, for example, very different to what I'm used to in Germany, which I'm speaking from my perspective as a media design student who's doing mainly projects that we hand in by the end of the semester. So I have less exams. I don't know how it is for the students that take exams, but I'm speaking from the project viewpoint of having to hand those in. Here it's definitely it was very stressful this semester to have to present progress every week for every single class, because how I do it in Germany is usually that I focus for a few weeks on one project until it's almost done or even done. And then I focus on the next project, because especially in my master's degree we mainly have feedback courses, feedback classes. We have a few classes where there's still content that's brought to us, but it's mainly just the feedback and then we hand it in by the semester. But we do not have to come to the feedback classes if we tell the teacher that we won't come, so they don't have to wait for us unnecessarily. Here in Korea it's definitely, you have to present something every week, because if you miss more than 1/3 of the classes you will end up with an F. So that was a very different thing to adjust to have to hop from one project to another within 1 week all the time. But it's just an adjustment thing in my opinion, and if I would do another semester here I think I would be more adjusted already, because by the end I was able to fill my schedule a little bit better with how I would do what class at what time. So that's definitely something to adjust to. And lastly, things I really love about Korea. There are honestly so many things, but I fear that I cannot fit this into a 10-minute video. This video, I don't know how I will cut it. I'm already way too scared that it will be longer than that. But there's so many things I love here. I personally love visiting the historical places, the traditional places. I love being there this time especially. I'm much more in Insadong, Iksondong, these kind of areas. I really love experiencing those. I'm impressed every time I see the old buildings, or also when I walk into museums. I really love it. I love the history, the culture. I love the impressions that I can get here. And another thing that kind of ties into that is the nature here. I went to Bukhansan in one of my very first videos. It was fall, it was super pretty. The seasons here in general are so pretty, spring and fall especially. And we were able to see some of the fall foliage, and it's just so pretty here. Everything is just in the color orange and it looks like a movie. And even when we went up Bukhansan, for me personally it seemed like everything is CGI. It didn't seem real to me. It was like I'm in a movie and like I'm dreaming or something. It's really impressive to see these kind of views, and yeah, I'm impressed every time. So this is also a thing I really love here. And lastly, if I can fit it in, I love the food here. I have to say it, I love the food here. And even when I'm at home in Germany, from last time I was here, I already learned a lot of Korean recipes, because I was missing Korean food so much that I had just learned to make it at home. And I just know that until next time I will learn so many new recipes, because I will be craving the food here. It's so good, it's so tasty, and I just love it. So yeah, that's my take on that. So yes, that's all I can say for now. I don't want to make this video too long. I might make some follow-up videos to explain things further, but yes, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I hope to see you in some next videos. So yes, bye bye, see you, bye.